Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Spesh, and happy 115 day to you. And as we know, Treyarch is releasing a lot of different information today about Firebase Z and DLC 1 for Cold War Zombies. So here is the tweet that they tweeted this morning. This is about 6 hours ago. I was at work. I'm sorry. So they tweeted it with this. Basically, this is going to be the game intel, and there's some very interesting stuff in here. So please stick around to the end, because I have a couple theories that might just knock your socks off. So first and foremost, I want to point out this picture right here. This looks insane to me. Okay, now just looking at this picture, obviously it's like outside of the facility, right? And this is like some sort of honestly, hear me out here. Fortnite, when you would go through a rift, that's kind of what this looks like to me. Not the point. Back here, kind of looks like the old Wonder Fizz machine. That could be anything. We got all the computers in the background. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a playable area. You can probably run from this door here, through over here, blah, blah. This will obviously play a big part. Let's get into what it says. January 15th is upon us once again, and we've got plenty to celebrate with the Zombies community. For those unfamiliar, January 15th, or 115 Day, is a special time where we can take a moment to share a preview of what's to come in Zombies, showcase some of our favorite creations from the community, and throw in a little double XP to top it all off. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to skip through this a little bit, because some of it, I mean, let's be honest, you're not here for that. Firebase Z unveiled. Yesterday, we revealed the title and release date for the next chapter in the Dark Aether story. Firebase Z will arrive on February 4th during Season 1, free for all Black Ops Cold War players. Today, we're excited to debut the official logo and new narrative details for our next Zombies map. And let me tell you, this looks really cool. This is just such a cool logo, and thank you, Treyarch. I'm going to go ahead and save that, because I'm going to need that. In less than 3 weeks, Firebase Z will introduce Zombies fans to an all-new location set in the jungles of Vietnam, along with new characters, new enemies, new gameplay mechanics, and much, much more. And, in keeping with Zombies tradition, a badass new wonder weapon awaits. Now, without spoiling too much, let's get into the story so far. There's one thing I want to point out here. An all-new location. All new. Do you understand what that means? Of course you do. You guys are smarter than me. All new location, that means that we're not going to just be going back to Shinonuma. It's not, all new means that it's something we've never seen before, right? So, it's not going to just be like a Shinonuma remaster. It's not, I feel like it's not even going to be like Demashina, where Noct is just a little tiny part of it. I don't even think that's going to happen. It's going to be an all new map. Finally, for the first time since, what, Garad? Since GK, this is the first time that we're getting a new map that does not have anything, you know, regarding old maps. So I'm super psyched for that. And then it says, along with new characters, new enemies, new gameplay mechanics, and much more. So I think we need to get into that a little bit. And without giving it away, I'll talk about it here a little bit towards the end of the video, what I think this means by new characters and new enemies. So hear me out. Requiem versus Omega. Dimensional breaches to continue around the world, as both Omega and Requiem work in the shadows to ensure the security of their discoveries. The greater public remains blissfully unaware of this deadly new arms race between East and West. As the two sides continue to study the Dark Aether dimension and the Ethereum crystals found within, each strives for an advantage over the other in the ongoing Cold War. The bad news? Requiem has fallen behind. So basically what that's saying is the discoveries that the Omega group has made with these Ethereum crystals and just anything in the Dark Aether in general, they're ahead of Requiem. They are harnessing the power and doing a little bit better, which another interesting point is about to come up here, and I want to read it to you and then I'll talk about it. You're going to love this. Omega Group's newest research outpost represents their resounding success in harnessing Dark Aether technology for their own gains. Equipped with an on-site dimensional gateway, they've acquired the ability to send soldiers and other conscripts into the Dark Aether to harvest Ethereum crystals straight from the source. So, not only do they have like their own little portal now, like they've found a way to control it. They have found a way, Omega has found a way to get into the Dark Aether and basically control what it is while they're in there. They can get the crystals. They can use it to upgrade their own stuff. It's their own sort of power source. If they've mastered control of the portals, that means there's so much they could do. I mean, honestly, think about it. That might be a way to travel. It might be the new teleportation system in Cold War Zombies. You remember the teleporters with the 115 and all that good stuff that Richtofen was making at demise? They might be able to use that teleporter and use it kind of like a teleporter to maybe just jump around. Okay, possibly. As a result, Omega Group's scientific breakthroughs in the last few months have far surpassed anything Requiem could have imagined. And then we get this insane picture here. And this, I want to point out, is different than the first picture. It still has this same little, like, tube thingy in it, but it's not in the same location. This is completely different. This is a completely different spot. This looks like it's inside. You can see maps of the world on the wall. We have this new star back here. That is maybe the Omega symbol. I don't know what that flag says. Anyways, it says M. Omega has developed new limitless power source, R. So that limitless power source, I mean, it kind of looks like when you look inside, it almost looks like the Ethereum crystals. So if they're harnessing the power of the Ethereum crystals, I think it'd be really interesting to see, like, maybe the boss that we fight ends up being like Dr. William Peck. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he harnesses the power of the crystals to try to make himself stronger, because we know that he's supposed to be there. He's supposed to be at Firebase Z in some way, shape, or form. So if he can harness the crystals to make himself stronger, I think it'd be incredibly interesting to see how that plays out in the map. Now here is where it gets interesting. Destination, Outpost 25. With the destruction of Project End Station Anomaly Site in their wake, Grigori Weaver and the Agents of Requiem turn their attention to a far greater threat, a new Dark Ether outbreak site in Southeast Asia. Firebase Z. Here we go. After learning Agent Maxis has been captured by the Omega Group, Weaver redeploys Requiem's strike team to infiltrate the facility where she's reportedly being held. Outpost 25. A lot to unpack there. The first thing is it says Weaver deploys Requiem's strike team to infiltrate the facility. So we're going to be playing as operators again, which is a huge bummer, in my opinion. I was really hoping that we were going to get some sort of characters that we could play as. But it does sound like we'll be like meeting Samantha in this, and we'll probably be talking to Samantha. The goal is to rescue Samantha. So hopefully we'll be talking to her or something, or we will at least see her in the cutscene some more, and you know, kind of what's going on there. So we'll see what happens. But I'm assuming we'll see her and then another special character as well. We'll get to that. Against all odds, Requiem forces will infiltrate the outpost to rendezvous with an Omega Group informant, save Samantha Maxis, and above all else, survive the new horrors that await them in this abandoned research facility. In the coming weeks, we'll have more Firebase Z story details, new intel reveals, and the official gameplay trailer to share in the lead up to launch. In the meantime, let's dive into the additional content coming to Zombies as Season 1 continues. Here's another very big key point. Ready? Requiem forces will infiltrate the outpost to rendezvous with an Omega Group informant. So there's a mole in the Omega Group that has been feeding Requiem all of this news. And if you scroll up here, that's for this one, for example, R. Sounds like R could be the informant. So, and I'm going to cover this in a much deeper detail in an upcoming video, because I think there's a lot more here to unpack than what I'm about to say, but I don't want to get into it just yet because it's going to take forever to flesh out. It seems like, let's say R potentially is our informant for this, right? If R is the informant and R is Richtofen, we could be meeting up with both Samantha and Eddie or Richtofen at Firebase Z. Imagine if Samantha's working for Requiem and Richtofen is working for Omega, but in the end they're both still working together, and they found a way to both be on either side of the war, directly feeding secrets, okay? And without revealing one of my next videos, what if Samantha's also a mole? We'll get into that in another video, so subscribe down below if you want to see that video, shoot a like, and let me know your thoughts on the idea, because that video is going to be a banger, alright? So that is the story details that we have for Firebase Z. Now let's get into a couple of the other things they're adding to the game. New perk, Tombstone Soda is coming February 4th. We all assumed this, but it's now officially official. It is coming. But not quite the way we expected. I'm not going to go over all this reading boring stuff for you. We'll just kind of basically tell you what Tombstone is. I'll read the last paragraph here. Unlike in its first incarnation in Black Ops 2, the new and improved Tombstone Soda will now transform the player into a shadow within the Dark Ether after being downed. In this shadow form, you'll be equipped with weapons to help give you a fighting chance to revive yourself. However, if your health is reduced to 0 while in shadow form, you're dead. Now let's go over, of course, just like any other perk in the game, this is also going to be upgradable. Thank God. Here we go. Tier 1 for Tombstone Soda. Shadow form can regenerate health. Nice. Tier 2, increased down duration to 60 seconds. And that's not just for the Tombstone Soda thing. Like, that could also be for your teammate coming to revive you. Your downtime is increased to 60 seconds. So it basically doubles how long you're down. Not just for you to try to go back and revive yourself, but for your teammates to also get there and revive you. Pretty cool. And then tier 3, this is the one that makes it the most tombstone-y. Before, like, based on like the shadow thing, going to revive yourself, it sounds kind of like Who's Who from Die Rise, right? Die Rise? That's when Who's Who first came out. I don't remember. Maybe it was Buried. I don't know. That was what, 12 years ago. I'm old. I don't know. But tier 3, on death, drop a tombstone stash that saves your weapons, equipment, and resources. So when you die, you'll have that stash. You can run over there, and bada bing, bada boom, you got all your stuff back. That is a big old podgers. We like to see it. You'll be able to grab a can from the Tombstone perk machine in Firebase Z, and you'll also find it in the Der Wunderfies machine in Die Maschine on February 4th. When in doubt, just remember those timeless jingle lyrics. Rest in pieces. Down for the count. They're also going to be adding, obviously, new intel. Love that. They're going to be adding artillery and napalm strike as support streaks that you can use during your game. We'll also be getting a new onslaught map on February 4th. That is going to be Express, a map coming into Call of Duty on February 4th. And they're obviously talking about a lot more intel and stuff. And then, as of right now, we have double XP going in the game for double weapon XP. I'm sorry, double weapon XP. So if you're still trying to get diamond on everything and get you that dark ether, mwah, now is the time. I'm going to be hopping into that right after this video. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. With that being said, so we know that Samantha was captured. We know, a little bit more details about DLC 1. We also learned that Omega might be able to kind of control the portals. There's a lot of new stuff that came out in this blog post. The 115 day was a resounding success. I am really bummed that we didn't get a trailer or cutscene today, but such is life. We can't have the best week ever in zombies, right? We got to space that stuff out. We have about 2.5 weeks until Firebase Z officially releases. If you want to catch that content, you're going to want to subscribe to the channel here. Also, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Spesh27. We'll be streaming it there as well. But again, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope it made your day better, and I will see you soon.